Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 5th episode of our Railroads Online series. Here, we, I had to remind myself where we are just outside a logging camp. Last episode, we did a little bit of building here on some little switch yard, which will be the connection between the main line and this little branch line here that runs both to the iron mine and out here to the smelter. During this episode, we are going to finish constructing what I started and probably, what's the word? Probably smooth off the rough edges around the smelter here. Going to add a little bit of a freight yard here into the iron mine, just for a couple of switching tracks, so we can have some freight moving around a little bit easier. And we're going to get Montezuma, hopefully, with another load of logs to come out here to the sawmill, and then the wagons to bring these. Actually, that probably don't need to do that. Buy some wagons right now. Get some planks over to some planks and beams over here to the iron mine, and make our very first delivery here to the smelter. That is a big plan for this episode. I'm not sure how much we'll get done. First things first, actually, I think the logging camp could use a little turnaround here, just so we can get that train running around the right way. So we're going to run over here before this switch. I'm going to delete some stuff and hopefully lay down a nice track. We're going to set this to all, get rid of that bit of track, and then we're going to get rid of a bit of track over here just so we can do ourselves a U-turn for the Montezuma, which is currently sat just down there. I think that's it there. I believe that's it there, yeah. Get rid of this bit of track. Does that line up nicely? Yeah, I think that'd be a nice bow-ish shape. Track is there. If I go with a left switch, around about here, I think, should be all right line out to places. Yeah, that should be nice. Oh, we're not starting that again. Me constantly accidentally opening the help menu is not going to happen again this episode. Hay fever is doing a number on me today. It's been great. Pollen count's nice and high, apparently. And we're going to snap to there. We're going to go and snap this side of the switch to that bit of track over there, and then we'll do the U. Should be a nice simple, well, just a simple U. Nothing special about it, really. This bit of track is maybe a bit wobbly, but yeah, it can all be smoothed out at a later date once everything is in working order. So nice little wiggle, nice little chicane, if you would. Over here, we're going to be okay. Actually, we're going to put the switch over this side first, actually, so I know where I know where I'm lining myself up to. Yeah, this will be a right switch. I'm going to do left stand, I think. Yeah, left stand. So that way this switch, you can tell these switches apart. I don't think I've got the space really to be leaving a gap. Where are we lining up to? Looking for switch stand over there. I'm going to do precise mode here. Step up to 100. I'm going to bring this to 30 for right now. I think we can probably widen it out a little bit. Maybe a 50. Yeah, I think a 50 would be fine, actually. Don't know. A 50. It kind of a weird track layout. What am I getting caught? Oh, little bush there. That's not being caught on. Snap it to this. Then we're going to go flex it the other direction. Should have done this in 100 steps, but oh well. You live and learn. I'll do a 40 coming off of here. Didn't want to push that. That was wrong button. Do a 40 out of here. That is close enough lined up. And then take it out of precise mode. And snap it. There you go. Now, how's this going to work? Because this is going to have to curve out and back in again to get this to this side of the switch. Hopefully, won't be too bad. No, it actually looks like it flows quite nice, actually. It does look quite a nice flow. Take out a few props. A couple of trees there. We'll take out this tree here. Just double check this section of track here, just make sure we don't have to take anything out of this. Nothing's going to derail us. Doesn't look like it. I trust the rest of this line. No, I'm actually going to get rid of this little bush here, actually. This little bush is a bit close. If it has a hitbox, doesn't seem like it does. And then double check this end. And that should be the logging camp pretty much done for right now. Might add a little shunting yard somewhere nearby, just so we can have our lumber cars or our log cars stored here. But for the actual purpose of what we were doing just now, I'd say this has worked out pretty well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to run back, go get Montezuma. Well, actually, run back, fly back. This game has a fly mode, might as well put it to some good use. And we're back at Montezuma. Double check the brakes aren't on. Nope, it's just Montezuma that has a brake on. So I'm going to get this train turned around, put a new load of logs on. Then I'm going to leave the cars where they are, just in the logging camp for now. Don't need to do anything too major. Do need to throw some more wood in the firebox because after leaving Montezuma here, while building the entire extension out to the iron ore mine, she has got a bit cold on the fire department. Hopefully that, yeah, this fire temp should get right back up before the steam disappears. We should be fine. She's got some nice power to her. Boiler pressure is dropping, but that will come right back up. Once we get our water temp over 270 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. I'm not actually quite sure. I think it's 270. Take it slower through here. This is quite a tight corner. Might have to be careful with longer trains that they don't stringline coming through this section, but Montezuma here is doing just fine. Boiler pressure is still dropping. Water temp is climbing though, so we'll be back at operational temperatures soon. We are rocking and a rolling. Now we're going to slow it down for this corner. It's a 40-meter radius. I don't know how fast we can go around these corners. I'd assume Montezuma could take them quite fast. Montezuma is quite a narrow wheelbase. We are running out of boiler pressure quite quickly here, actually. That's about 10 psi, I think. 136, 138. Water temp is not climbing as fast as I would like it to. We might be able to load the first 2 cars if we get them lined up, but past that, I don't think we're going to get it very far. No. 181, 183. Come on, we need to start building some boiler pressure. If I shut the rig, we won't be burning any steam. We're using any steam pressure we make immediately. Barely a whistle. There we go, boiler pressure is climbing again. So the water is starting to boil again. It's lovely to see. Able to hold about 5 miles an hour. But you don't need to be going too fast right now. But right now, all we're doing is lining up and loading up some more logs. Then we're going to run them back to the sawmill. Then we will cut the cars into one of the sidings that we made in the last episode. Was it? It might be in the episode before, actually. Yeah, it was the episode before. Episode 3 where we made that expansion into the sawmill. But we're going to drop these off at the sawmill. Drop them off in a siding, load up some planks, or buy some new plank cars, because that'll get us another $1,000-ish. So we should get enough money for quite a few cars that can take us some planks and beams to then take back them over to the iron mine. And then from there, we will then take, hopefully, some iron ore to the smelter. But I'm not quite sure whether we'll have the money to buy any wagons. Set those cranes going. Montezuma still bringing boiler pressure? No, I think we're about topped off again. 130 psi. Yeah, we're topped off again. So 337 degrees Fahrenheit. What a random number. Pull forwards again. Stretching space between cars. Off the throttle. Off the rake. Back on a little bit. And brakes should stop us about the right place now. Might be a little far forwards actually. Yeah, I'm like in the perfect place where neither of the cranes can do anything. Lovely. So brakes off. Give us a little tug. And then another stop. There we go. That should have these two cars lined up perfectly for Montezuma. Yes. Crane's going. Around they go. First load of logs. Reset the cranes just to speed it up a little bit. And here comes the second set of logs. So, logs are going back to the sawmill. Make sure switches are lined up. Straight. You two are going to need to go straight. Actually, no. You're going to need to go left when we come back. Then all of this is looking lovely. Yeah, I'm actually going to line us up to... Well... Yeah, line up. These switches are already lined up where I want. I'm going to put the empty log cars on this bit of track here. Other than that, everything's the way it should be. Lovely. I'm going to run Montezuma all the way back down to the sawmill. Now I'm going to do a jump cut here because it's not the most interesting thing, and you guys have already seen this route once before, so I will see you guys when we are pulling into the sawmill. Welcome back, everyone. We're just pulling ourselves into the sawmill now as we speak. I believe we should be good from last time. That there shouldn't be anything on the tracks that's going to derail us this time. I believe we went through and cleared out all of that last time. If there is stuff on the tracks again, then, well, we've just found it. Stand up. And the brakes are on. One car to re-rail and a loco. Two cars to re-rail and a loco. Where's the handbrake on this car? Actually, might not need a handbrake. If it wants to keep rolling, let it roll. Might be able to hook it back up. So what derailed us this time? Other than the fact I can see that small rock in the tracks there. This is the point of having perfectly flat tracks. Boom. Stopped perfectly. But where is there more stuff that's causing issues? Because something derailed this lot. Is it you? Or is it that? Could be one of them. That little bush probably might cause issue later on with bigger locos. I think now we've cleared it out. That little bush. I think we're good now. We're going to re-rail Montezuma. Bring her up to the front of the contest. Alright, yep. Gonna face me. There you go. Take the brakes off for you. No, don't add the link. I want to get in. There you go. Let me get in. Reverse up. Bring the rig back. They're still linked. Good. All of you are still linked. Lovely. Lovely. Give it a little bit more reg. Got a lot of weight to push back now. 22%. Make sure you have a coupling in you. That side doesn't need one. This side has one. And then your brake is on. Good. Montezuma will get here eventually. So we're gonna pin that. Come back here. We're gonna pin this. Take that brake off and run back up to the front loco. Change the reverse back over to forwards. Give it some reg. Alright, now we shouldn't have another issue ever coming through this part of the sawmill now. But you never know. But that's going to be a common occurrence at this point. Every time we come to the sawmill it's going to end up causing issues, I have a feeling, but we can hope not. It fell off. That fell off. Now if I can position myself right again, we can get all 6 of these cars off in one go. I don't find this random blank bit on the map here. There is definitely a track here. Currently driving on it. So I have no idea what's going on there. Yeah, once we've unloaded these cars, I'm going to back them up onto that outside track there. Leave them there, and then go buy us some flat cars to go and take a mixture of logs and planks and planks and beams over to the iron mine, which means we'll be going down that track, which I don't know if I've cleared out yet. Yeah, it looks like I've cleared it. Cleared it enough that we shouldn't derail. Touch wood. I'm standing on wood in the game, so does this count? Does touch wood count if we're doing it in a video game? No idea. But either way, start applying a little bit of brakes. Get the train slowing down. Make sure we're nice and slow. I want to stop that front car right around the end, if possible. Because that back car is not even on yet. We need to keep it a bit further forwards. This place is probably designed for 5 cars at a time. So trying to do what we're doing, what I'm doing, is a little bit difficult. But I know as long as the logs land on the wooden ramp, then the game will be happy with me. And it will sell them. Like this. So we didn't get as much money as I expected to get from that, but we have $1,300. We have $1,300. £1,300. $1,300. American narrow gauge. So, like I said, gotta back this up. I'm gonna go back this up into the siding. Buy some flat cars. And then get us some beams and planks. Another nice 36 logs sat in that nice pond. Well, some have already been processed, down to 30 now. Stacks of planks and beams though. I believe it's a 1-to-1 ratio up at the iron mine. I don't remember. That means if we can buy 6 cars, I want 2 cars of beams, 3 cars of plank. No. 2 cars of planks, 4 cars of beams. If I can buy 6 cars. Because you get 6 planks on a car, you only get 3 beams. So you want to do twice as many beam cars as you do plank cars, I think. We are calling in memory that's like a year old. So whether they've changed that or not as well is another thing. My memory may be just fine, but they've changed it. So I have no idea. Anyways, our flat cars, log cars, whatever you want to call them, are currently sat in the siding. Set the reverser to near 0. I'm going to unpin. Brakes on 2 of them, should be just fine. Make sure the brakes, brakes on the Montezuma are on. Don't know why I had a log. But we are now buying us some stake flats. Customize them. The W.WartimeGamer are railroad. We're going to go with some... I like this walnut. We can buy 5 of them. I'd rather have 6. Do we start with 3 for now? I think we do 3 for now, actually. 3 for now would be better because it means I can keep the ratios right if the ratio that I have in my head is correct. So we're going to pin and link that. Take the brakes off of these 2. Pin and link that. Get Montezuma off the track it's currently on. Bring it onto this track. Brakes off, reverser up, regulator forwards. Check your tender brake is off. I'm gonna switch that track. Switch that switch. Brakes. Turn the bell off. That was gonna get annoying quite quickly. Slow us down quite a bit. Don't be coming into this too fast that we derail everything immediately. Careful. Pin it. I'll have to go a little bit closer, so I'm gonna wait for it to crash into the... There you go. Pin and pin. And then we take the brakes off. Lovely. Reverser back to being forwards. Give it some reg. Give it a lot of reg. I get moving. Turn that bell off. Accidentally hitting the bell button. Montezuma, that makes the Plains Railway. It's not, but that's just the game, the name the game gives you right at the start that you can't change. But do not fear. When we buy our first loco, which hopefully is coming soon, now that we are level 2, I have my eyes on I believe it was the D18, no, the 818 D8. What was it? It's this, the Baldwin 818 D8 Glenbrook. Nice high torque, attractive effort, still wood powered as well, because I was thinking about going for something like this, but this thing is coal powered, and we don't have coal yet, so we can't do coal powered stuff. I want to bring that a little bit further forwards. Do the front car as planks, do the rear 2 as beams. Front car planks. Should do 3 planks on the front, 3 planks on the back. Don't make a difference. 0, that's 2, and that's 1, but we pull forwards. We line up these 2 back cars with these beams. which this is near perfect alignment. One load for each of you. Perfect. Then we want to line up our switches. Make sure we're going the right way. We'll be on this track going out here. Yep. And then we will get to here. The only problem here is you can't turn it around. Come out this way. I haven't got a way for you to go like this. But that's fine. We will swap sides like that. And then go into this siding, and I will change the end of the train myself. I'll re-rail this thing for now. Have to be our impromptu turntable, basically. But, once again, not much for you to see on our route back, so until we get to the new section of track, I will be pausing recording for here, and seeing you guys again when we are back. And here we are. We are starting our new section of track in just a moment's time. We'll be veering off the left here onto the new section of the main line, since we have now rerouted the main line around the logging camp. It's not much different from where the main line used to go, but it is something different. And it means we're avoiding any sort of industry traffic. Do have to slow down a little bit coming around here. That is a bit of a tight corner, which I will probably end up having to redo, since it's a main line. It's supposed to be going quick here. It's supposed to be trying to slow down to a near standstill for anything. No, just avoids the lumber camp. Or the logging camp, sorry. Just avoids it. Makes life a little bit easier. Don't have to worry about routing through it anymore. The only stuff that we're going through the logging camp is stuff picking up from the logging camp. All this track has been already cleared by my pre-tested method of using a handcart. And so has that section of track up here. That is running through these trees that you can see here, and that goes all the way out to the smelter and the iron mine, which is the next section of track that we'll be running on. I'll probably end up fast forwarding most of this section here, just because it makes it a little bit nicer for you guys to watch, rather than just, I think it's something like 2 kilometers of track of nothing from here to the smelter. So it makes it a little bit easier to watch. You guys still get to see the scenery, but you don't have to spend 10 minutes watching it. So it'll probably be over in about a minute or two. It is usually just a track that runs through some trees, and that's about it. It's going to slow us down a little bit, because I'm not sure what speed you can take this crossover at just yet. It's only the first time going over it, so I have to be extra careful. But we come across the crossover. We're then going to go into this siding, and then from here I'm going to stop. We're going to re-rail both the loco and the tender to the other end of the train, and then set off again towards the iron mine. Because the idea would be that a train would come in, drop off the wagons here, then the assistance loco, or whatever you want to call it, the branch line loco, would come off of its siding track here, pick it up, and then run it out. But since we are currently a 1 loco operation, that's not possible. We come down here, put the brakes on here, going to unpin this, re-rail the tender to here. Gonna put the link and pin back in this bit, put the link back into there. Then we're going to take Montezuma and do the very same thing. Montezuma gets run down to this side of the track. Faces away from me now, apparently. There you go. And then very simply, reverse it back, give it some regulator, pin it, put the brakes off of you, We're then going to pin, take the brakes off of that, get back in, brakes, reverse forwards, regulator forwards, take the brake off, turn the belt off. That would drive me insane. Make sure all of our switches are straight coming out of here, and that one is bending to the right, which is where we're going. Onto another brand new section of track that you guys have yet to see much of. Because I believe last episode, when I built this section of track, I mostly cut and built it off camera. Because I didn't believe that you guys would want to see hours and hours of just laying some straight track. I think this took me about 2 hours with a break in the middle. Of just laying some track. So from this point here, this will get sped up to probably about 2, maybe 4 times speed. So you guys can still see the lovely scenery around us, but it's not going to be 10 minutes of mostly awkward silence that I try to fill by talking. So I will see you guys once we are at the smelter.
Just me and you. Sandy beaches, waves so high. Summer love, let's touch the sky. Dance, dance in the summer heat. Feel the rhythm, move your feet. Sun and sand is so sweet. The summer days can't be beat. Palm trees swaying, breeze so light. Party all day.
And here we are. The smelter is just coming into view now. A lovely sight to see. We'll be back here very shortly once we get back from the iron mine. I do hope you guys enjoyed the scenery around this small section of straight track. It wasn't as long as I remember it being. I'm sure it's a kilometer. This is a kilometer long, which makes this about another 600 meters here, and then the run around the iron mine. That's a nice kilometer of straight track. Imagine a train stretching this entire length. It'd be mental. Imagine a train up there. Just for some fun, putting like a spiral track that runs the whole way up this hill. This mountain, whatever you want to call it. Just for fun, just to look at. It's a nice spiral track that runs all the way up to the top. Could do that for some sort of like, I don't know, just for fun. Build like a little town on top. A passenger station up at the top up there. Be an interesting thing, wouldn't it? I think it would be. I hope you guys would enjoy seeing something like that, because that is probably soon to come. Racing away in towards the iron mine now. If I remember rightly, everything I built around the iron mine, this was a raised up section here to get the loop to be able to fit in this section. This, I believe, is a 30, maybe a 40 meter radius here. Most of this, I think, is a 1%, maybe a 1.5% grade. So, very much hoping that Montezuma can handle that kind of gradient. Shouldn't have an issue with it. Doing almost 20 mile an hour as well. Imagine doing the 80 mile an hour this thing has a top end of though. 80 mile an hour on 3 foot narrow gauge. And something this small. That would be crazy. That would be pure insanity to anyone who tries doing that. But I get the feeling it'd be very fun. Very funny to watch. Something this small just zip past you at 80 mile an hour. There's a little handcart on its own separate section of track. That handcart is the reason we didn't derail on the way over here. And hopefully the reason we won't derail on the way back. Going through our 3-point switch, this will lead to like a nice little shunting yard in the middle here. We're going to start our climb just there on our 1 to 1.5% slope. That allows us to make this turn here, right in front of us on these walls, before we come around to stop here. hoping to have left enough money in the bank that we can at least afford one hopper car. Yep. But again, I don't understand what causes that though. Well, I say afford a hopper car, we'd need to be level 3 to get a hopper car actually. Not be able to afford one, but we're able to get one. We're not the right level. And I think we're too far away experience-wise. So it's all well and good that we brought the stuff out here, but we won't be able to take any of it from here just yet. Nice little tight bend. A little bit bouncy. But we are doing it just fine. Yeah, we've got this just fine. And now it's a downhill, so we can back off on the regulator and just kind of let the train coast all the way down to the iron mine. Apply the brakes. We want to stop the beam cars in front of the beam station, just like so. Give it a little bit more brake. There you go. How much money do these beams cost? Ooh, $32 a beam. Which by my assumption would mean that I'm going to assume that the planks are $16 a plank. So same amount of planks, same amount of money from the planks and beams cars. So there's no bias. But then all of this should turn into, well, we should end up with nothing left out of the 2 stacks of materials we brought here. And we should end up with a nice amount of iron ore. Yeah, 16 a plank. So 6 planks, 6 beams, 4 planks, 5 beams. No, it's a 2-to-1 beams to planks. So we should have done 4 cars. Did not realise that. Wow. I think we're going to leave this episode here. Our first delivery to the iron mine. I'm not sure what I'm going to do between now and next episode. Probably just do a little bit of grinding. Bringing more planks out here, or maybe just bringing planks back to the freight yard. Freight depot. Make some money. Upgrade us to level 3 so we can get some hopper cars so we can actually move this iron. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. You get 30 iron from that. We get 10 iron, I think. Nice. Do hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know it was a bit of a shorter one compared to normal. But, as always, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I will make sure to see you in the next one. But for now, adios.